come from David's crown. I'll take my soul, pour it out at your feet. I wait patiently for you. Oh, I will forever and always put you before me till the end of time. But until then, till my last breath rolls in, oh,
Jamie Elizabeth, my bride, I stand here today in awe of all that you are and the woman of God you've become. Words don't even come close to describing my love for you, but I'm going to try anyways. I promise to forever pursue your heart. I vow to passionately serve you and protect you as we go through every season of life together, which means that I will be patient in the silence and passionate with my words. I promise to always make you laugh simply because your laugh is the greatest in all of existence. I will always support you and be your biggest fan. And finally, as your husband, I vow to lead you in a life full of adventure and ultimately pointing you back to Jesus.
Corey, I am completely uninterested in life without you. I want to thank you for your unwavering faith in God and also in us. Thank you for repeatedly helping me see my worth and understand my identity in Christ. You have helped me find parts of myself that I never knew were there. I fully believe and trust in God's calling for your life. I promise to support and fuel every idea and every dream you come up with. I promise to always say yes to adventuring with you. I promise to follow you wherever God takes us and to make that place our home. And I promise to always pursue a love for you that reflects the love that Christ has for us.
someday we'll see what forever means. 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 I will forever and always put you before me till the end of time.
I'm DC, maid of honor. Me and Jamie have been best pals for quite a while now. And for my speech, I actually wrote a poem. It's a little nerdy, please don't make fun of me. If you think I'm trying to be funny, I probably am, so please laugh, even if it's not funny. Okay, thank you. Okay. It's kind of long too. Okay, I'm gonna start now. When Jamie and I first met, we were in the 5th grade. Somehow, some way, we stuck together and we made it through the awkward stage. We went through middle school with bad hair and braces, but I bet you'd never know that today looking at these faces. That's a joke. Okay. Alright. After much anticipation, middle school was over and high school came. We were excited for new friends, September nights, and football games. In the midst of all the excitement, no one could have expected that two certain people, a freshman and a senior, would have connected. It all happened the summer before that freshman year, when young Jamie was enchanted by a red-headed boy with tiny ears. Ever since that beautiful summer day, Jamie and Corey have been together, and together they will stay. I can't believe the day has come. After 5 years together, you two have finally become one. It has been so special to watch your your relationship grow. I think I speak for every person here when I say I am so happy for you two, more than you'll ever know. Jamie, your friendship throughout the years has been so special to me. I'll forever cherish our memories. Boy, did those years go by so quickly. It doesn't have to be sad though. This is a joyful day in your life. And because you are my best friend, it's a joyful day in mine. We are surely growing older now and things are starting to change. God is taking us in different directions, but some things will always be the same. Our friendship will never end. Whether we are near to each other or apart, you will always be so special to me. You'll always be close to my heart. Jamie and Corey, the love you two have is a love that will stay. You're always so happy when you're with each other. You'll be laughing together for the rest of your days. I promise I'm almost done. Just one last thing to mention. It's important, so listen up now. Pay attention. Jamie, your friendship means the world to me. This I hope you know, and I will always continue to pray for you that your love for Corey and your love for Jesus always continues to grow.
Everybody, hope everybody's enjoying themselves so far. I know I surely am. That was quite cool to see that glass not break. I just want to give a quick round of applause for JC for not only the beautiful speech, but for sticking right by Jamie's side through all the prepping and planning of this amazing wedding. So for JC. For those who don't know me, my name is Ian Mayball. I've had the absolute honor of being Corey's best man today. It's not every day that you get to see your best friend marry the love of his life. So this is a really happy moment for me, and I know it is for them too. I also want to thank all of you for being here today, making the effort to be here. I know we have people from all over the place, Indiana, Michigan, Virginia, I think Texas, and Palau. It's amazing how far people will travel for a free meal. I also want to thank Roy and Leanne and Kelly and Tammy, the parents of Corey and Jamie, for raising these two beautiful, amazing people that just happen to fall in love. I say we give another round of applause for these. Look at these two. Adorable. Most of you may know, Corey and I have been best buds for a long time. It's hard to believe that it's been 14 years since our fateful day on the playground in elementary school. Everybody was playing soccer except for me. I had a broken foot, so I was on the monkey bars hanging out by myself, no pun intended. The rule was that if you kicked the ball over the fence in soccer, you had to sit. You couldn't play for the rest of recess. So naturally, Corey kicks the ball over the fence and he gets kicked off. And, he could have picked any other thing to play on when he comes to the monkey bars, and that was the day that we met, and we've been inseparable ever since. I guess after 14 years of knowing somebody, you somewhat develop a pretty large bank of stories. I could probably stand here all day and tell you one after another, kind of like the time way back when we decided to lock Kelly out of the house one morning. Let me just say this was a terrible idea. Kelly, if you don't know him, is a really easygoing, nicest guy you'll ever meet. But that morning, I didn't know if we were going to be alive after we unlocked the door for him. That was a little bit scary. But Kelly, thank you for putting up with our shenanigans all these years. I know I pretty much lived at your house until last week, so... But I can tell you about the time that Corey and I, we first had our license and we're like, let's go do something. It was Halloween. We didn't want to go trick-or-treating because that's for kids, right? So we took super soakers, drove all around Smithville spraying people, and including children, yes. To us, this was pure joy. Like, this was the best decision ever. To the Smithville police, not so much. They were not fond of this activity. Our poor parents got calls that night, and I still have the handcuffs. So, again, I could stand up here all day and tell you stories about our past together, all the crazy things we did, and the crazy things that we've done in recent times. But I want to focus this story, or this speech, on one main story in Corey's life. And I apologize for the length. It's hard to fit 14 years into a 3-minute speech. So this story is still being written today. I'm sure you all know who this one is about. She's sitting right here. The story of Corey and Jamie. This is one that I can happily say I was there from the beginning when they first met, and somehow I'm still here today. Jamie, you have a lot of grace to let me be here. I can remember sitting at the Uli house on their trampoline with actually quite a few of these people, and I just remember looking at Corey. He was locked in to Jamie. He was like, man, I've never seen this kid like try so hard with anything. Like, it's like I didn't know he had that kind of game. I was like, what is going on? She's a freshman, Corey. We're seniors. The age gap, the maturity gap. I mean, she was so much more mature than we were. Probably still is. Probably still is. That's the sad thing. But as it goes, they hit it off right away, started dating, and obviously, started falling in love. But we'll get there. Didn't really bother me at all that Corey was in a relationship. It didn't really take away from our time as friends. And it just didn't really ever, it sounds terrible, but I honestly never thought that it was going to last. That sounds terrible, but how many high school relationships really last, especially with the age gap? So it didn't really bother me. But they continued dating all through high school. Like I said, we were seniors, so it wasn't long that Corey and I were gearing up to move away to college. And I was like, okay, now it's going to be over. And I know it really sounds like I was hoping for them to break up, but I just had never seen Corey so committed to it, other than the time he ate an entire block of Velveeta cheese in one day. How you did that still baffles me, man. A whole block of Velveeta cheese. It's crazy. So we moved away to college. That first year was a really big learning curve for us. As friends and as students, we lived in the dorm rooms at Kent State. We had 110 degrees in our room the first week we were there. We actually used to take t-shirts and freeze them, or put them in water and freeze them. And then when we go to bed, we essentially snuggle with these things just to stay cool. Patent pending on that, by the way. Don't steal it back to Even though Corey and I had to learn to coexist in the very small space that we had, I could tell that was much easier than what him and Jamie were going through. Being in completely separate places in life, not knowing what the other one was doing. I just remember, being there watching Corey go through that, and it was hard. At this point, I finally began to pull for them, pull for their relationship. I could see the effect that Jamie had on Corey. I could sense his urgency, because I found myself with the dorm room to myself most weekends. He would say, I'm going home to visit family. Before I go any farther, I should say there's another person in this story, Corey and Jamie, obviously, and one other person that Corey, I can say, started seeing our first year in college. Jamie, I don't know about this, but I know what you're all thinking. What a jerk! How could he go behind Jamie's back? Poor little sweet Jamie. But this person wasn't a girl. Yeah, now you're all really confused. No, this person that Corey started a relationship with was Jesus. And at this point in their relationship, I think Christ was the only catalyst for them to stay together. And as they both reformed their life around Christ, God moved their relationship in a new direction. And I believe that's the reason we are here today. Because of God's divine plan for you guys. In turn, together, this changed Corey and I's friendship forever. Through his example and his leadership, and all the years of knowing him and seeing the way he changed me. And I'm so thankful to have you as a friend, Corey. I know that we still act like kids from time to time. We still think that it would be sweet to be a dolphin trainer or a marine biologist. We still think our music videos, if you haven't seen them, we have a lot. We still think that they could be on MTV's Top 10. And, there's no other person I'd rather watch the Food Channel with that. But most of all, many of our dreams and past goals have fallen through. Our friendship has remained. And for that, I'm so thankful for you. Jamie, I'm also incredibly thankful for you. I've had the pleasure of watching you grow into a beautiful, godly woman. And you've saved this boy from being a hopeless romantic his whole life. If you don't know, Corey probably knows more chick flicks than every single girl in this room. He's a Romeo. But now, Jamie, you fill a hole in his heart with love and joy that no one else in this room could, not even his best friend. So thank you. Thank you for making him the happiest I've ever seen him in 14 years. See, folks, marriage, and this is cliche, marriage is not about finding the one person you can live with, because I've lived with Corey. Instead, it's about finding the one person that you can't live without. And these two people, I found that person. So if you all want to raise a fake glass with me, as a toast, or if you have glasses, to a lifetime of love, and happiness, and joy, and all those gooey things for Corey and Jamie. I love you guys with all my heart. They all love you, and most of all, God loves you guys. Corey and Jamie.
Everybody